G'day, Jim here from Fishing World magazine. Soft plastics are one of the most popular lure forms around these days, and there's heaps of types. They catch a whole range of fish from your little brim on these sort of little guys, and then flathead, jewfish and snapper on these ones. There's a lot of tricks to using soft plastics, but one of the most important things is rigging them up right. If you rig them up the wrong way, they won't work and you won't catch as many fish. One of the key things is matching the jig head to your plastic. Now this is a fairly small jig head, and you obviously wouldn't use it with a big lure like that because it would be really silly. So you'd use a jig head like this with a plastic like this. So you match them up depending on how deep you want to get and the depth of water you're fishing and so forth. And one of the most important things you've got to realise is how to actually rig them up so that they swim straight. And that takes a little bit of practice. And the best way to do it is you measure up your jig head against your lure, and you get an idea where the lure should come out from. And you carefully thread it through here like this, trying to keep the point of the hook central to the lure's body, and it comes out like that. And you can straighten him up a bit, and that's not a badly rigged sort of a jig head. If you don't take the time to do that sort of thing and you just whack it on any old way like that, then he's not going to work real well when you retrieve him. So it's important to measure it up, take a bit of time, and just get him really straight so that he swims nicely, like that. The same applies with your bigger lures, like this guy here, which would be an ideal sort of jerk shed style lure for flathead, snapper, jewies. You obviously got a bigger jig head, but the same principle applies. You've got to measure the lure up so that the jig head is positioned nicely on the lure's body. Got an idea of where the shank of the hook, the bend of the hook is going to come out. So again, all you do is you position it in the middle of the lure, bring him down slowly, keeping him as straight as you possibly can. Sometimes they're quite hard because the lures bend and flip around. And you bring him out, push him up onto the hook holder here, and that's not a badly rigged plastic. It's going to track nicely in the water because it's straight, so it'll sink down, and then when you work it, it's going to be a nice even sort of motion. If you'd rigged it up just any old way, just whacked it in, had it poking out here, which is the way some people do it, that's not going to work. A fish isn't going to strike that because it looks unnatural. So the key thing with rigging up your plastics, match the plastic with the right jig head, and take the time to rig them up methodically by measuring them, taking the time to put the hook in the right way. You don't have to, it's not a speed race out there. You want to get it done right, and then that plastic will catch you a lot more fish. I'll see you on the water.